Good morning, dear ones, and happy Tuesday. I hope you had a wonderful long weekend. And no matter what this particular long weekend meant to you from a traditional belief system point of view, remember what the real message is here. The message is all about new life, new beginnings. It's all about the egg that starts new things. And it also reflects in the northern hemisphere, the spring coming and the buds opening and new life coming through. So in the past couple of days, I have actually written something down for you because I felt that this was so very, very profound. Simple, yet very, very, very profound. So a lot of us, I'm hearing, and I'm also finding that it's coming through when people talk to me a lot lately, is that they are all about, but I'm trying to be like this. I'm trying to love myself. I'm trying. Do you realize that the word trying perpetuates the fact that you always will try and never succeed? Remember, when we are manifesting something, we need to create that in the here and now. And when we are looking at manifestations, when we use the power of our word, remember we talk about being impeccable with our word. And if we are impeccable with our word, then we put the energy that we actually really believe in and feel into those words. And if we are using words that perpetuate the fact that we try but never succeed, then we need to change the way that we think our words and then feel them and the way that the frequency comes out. So the reality is that you have to do much more than just try. Because if you try and you keep trying and trying, that's all you will ever do is try. And that perpetuates the trying motion. You actually have to believe that something will happen. Otherwise, disharmony will always win. I'm going to repeat that. You have to do more than try. You have to believe. Otherwise, disharmony will always win. When we're trying, we are always waiting for the success to arrive, and that is where we're in disharmony. So harmoniously believe that we have succeeded already. So that is a little bit of today's advice. And because we completed the past two chakras, we're now looking at the third chakra. So now that we know and understand all about the chakra system, and we've already completed the base chakra, the red one, which is right at the base of our spine. And then we look at the next one, which is the sacral chakra. So we learned that each chakra is developed for 7 years before moving on to the next one. And in this way, the chakras can be seen as a logical progression through life as we learn to deal with the outside world and its relationship with our inner world. We've also learned about the base chakra and our right to be here and have. We've delved into our survival instinct, and we've dealt with birth and pregnancy trauma, as well as our experiences as a toddler and small child, and we learned to understand fear. And then last week we learned that from the age 7 to 14 we develop our sacral chakra. We learned that it is during this time that we started to understand what pleasure is all about. And we also learned that it is during this time that the influences of our environment create the patterns and the conditioning of our choices today. We also were taught how pleasure was seen by adults around us, and that made us understand what was right and wrong in their eyes about feeling pleasure. And often this was based on what they wanted us to think and feel about pleasure, sex, intimacy, and affection. We also started understanding guilt and how to deal with it. So now we are going to be looking and moving on to the next chakra, which is the Solar Plexus Chakra. Okay, and that one sits in our solar plexus, right above our belly button. If somebody had to punch you, it would be right there. It would actually, and very often when our confidence takes a knock, that's exactly where we feel the punch. So I'm just going to go through, as per normal, just going to go through the profile, the basic profile of the chakra, and then we'll move into characteristics and everything like that tomorrow. Okay, I know we're a little bit of a day behind, but what we'll do this week is we'll leave out the Thursday where we have a sacred pause. Okay, so the element of this, the solar plexus chakra is fire. This is where we feel our fire in our gut. Okay, the ruling planet is Mars and the Sun. The sense is sight, how we see the world. Astrological signs are Aries and Leo. Music is chimes, reed, horn. Food is granola and grains, pastas, breads, cereals, rices, flax seeds, sunflower seed, all of those different seeds, grains, wheat. Dairy is milk, cheeses, and yogurt, and the spices are ginger, mints, so peppermint, spearmint, all of those things, ginger mint even, melissa, chamomile, turmeric, cumin, fennel. All once again looking at a little bit of yellowy things as well. Essential oils are rosemary, lemon, grapefruit, bergamot. Crystals include citrine, amber, topaz, and yellow jasper. Its Sanskrit name is Manipura. Its purpose is transformation. This is the chakra that helps us to change, or that is all about change. It is its purpose. And its life lesson is our self-esteem, our self-confidence, the courage to take risks, to be and to stand strong in our power. This is where our power center is. The color is yellow. Yellow is actually all about the ego. I remember as a kid, before I thought about the chakras or anything, before I knew anything about them, as a child, I remember somebody saying to me that if somebody had to drive around in a yellow Porsche, they were the biggest egotist ever, because yellow on a car shows that they are only ego-driven. And that's actually quite interesting to now, once I was an adult and started studying the chakras and understanding where they are from, where they come from, and how we develop them and everything like that, to know and understand that it is all about self-esteem, self-confidence, and the courage to take risks, to stand strong in one's own power. So as I say, yellow is the color. Its location is in the solar plexus between the sternum and the navel. So the sternum is over here, which is where the heart chakra is, and the navel underneath, so just halfway between. And that's basically where I said the punch in the solar plexus would be. Its endocrine gland is the pancreas, where a lot of our a lot of hormones are made. You will often find that diabetes has got a lot to do with this particular chakra, specifically with the pancreas as well. Its identity is all about the ego, and its orientation is self-determination, creating who you are. Its demon or counterforce is shame, and its basic right is to act and be an individual. So when we look at this from the age of 14 until 21. So this is our later teenage years. This is pretty much the entire teenage years. And this is where there's a lot of tumultuousness. This is where teenagers push back. This is where they find their identity, who they are, which group they fit into, what music you tend to listen to. I can guarantee you that the music you listen to in your teenage years is very often the things that will bring back memories. Once we get into our 40s, we actually start remembering, and I think that's probably when people refer to the midlife crisis as well. We remember the creation of the ego part of our identity. We understand what we like, who we like, and we also understand what our ego actually entails, who we become before we are an adult at 21, named an adult by then. And we're learning responsibility for our own actions, and we're understanding what our actions result in. Okay, so I will go into the balanced characteristics, the traumas and abuses, the deficiencies and excess energetic characteristics tomorrow. But just for now, just for today, dear ones, Please remember the 4 agreements and stop trying and do. Just do it. And that's where Nike does come in with a really good slogan. So, the 4 agreements: be impeccable with your word. Do not take anything personally. Do not assume anything. And do your best. 5 Reiki principles. Just for today, do not worry. Trust that the universe has your back. Just for today, do not anger, because you're the one who holds that coal. Let go of the coal, okay? You're giving your precious diamonds and pearls away to that particular thing when you anger, or person for that matter. Just for today, be grateful for everything that you have. Just for today, be kind to all living things. And just for today, work honestly and hard on yourself. And do your work honestly as well. Namaste, dear ones. Have a good day.